Hey!
Hi, guys. Happy Thursday, November 8th. Thanks for being with us for the show. I'm Hayley Harmon alongside Lee Cruz. We color coordinated today.
You did a little bit.
Looking good.
Yeah.
Digging this tie. Where'd you get it?
It's a UK tie, look.
I know, I noticed. Love it.
Speaking of which, by the way.
Yes.
You know we have a wager that is
We do.
looming.
It is looming. It is looming. The Tennessee-UK game is this Friday.
Yeah.
And as you know, Lee and I make bets, and we had to talk yesterday. I was like, wait, what was the bet? Because we named it a couple weeks ago.
I remember what you have to do. Again, if Kentucky beats Tennessee down at Neyland Stadium, Hayley Harmon for the entire week will be known as Tater Harmon. That means her name, the graphics will pop up as say Tater. Mm-hmm. All guests will have to refer to her as Tater for the whole week. Live
with Lee and Tater.
Yep.
It's got a ring to it a little bit.
I like it.
A little bit.
Our luck, that's when the network people will be watching.
Exactly right. The scouts will come in and say,
well, we like them, but I can't hire a girl named Tater.
That Tater girl's got to go. Got to go. And I'll say, that's okay, I'll go.
Well, here's the difficulty. We don't remember what it was I was supposed to do
no, we
if
remembered.
Kentucky loses.
We remembered. I get to spray paint your hair orange.
No.
Not spray paint it, but like with Halloween hair color paint. And then I get to cut a T in the back of your hair.
I don't thought we had a professional do it, not you.
I've tailored the punishment. Fine, we'll get someone professional to do it.
I was a hairstylist.
Alicia, our camera op out here, she was a hairstylist. She can do it, fine.
So if Kentucky loses, I got to have an orange T in the back of my head.
No, you have a T cut, and then we also are going to spray paint. I'm thinking orange hair and then maybe a white T, like a big old white power T. Chances are this isn't going to happen. I think that's why I'm building it up and up and up, because the way things have been going. Well, although UK lost last week, so we don't know.
To Georgia.
Are they good? Is Georgia good? I'm just kidding. Relax. I'm trying to lick my own wounds. Make myself feel better. Anyway, so most likely I'll be coming to you live next week as Tater Harmon.
I feel better about Kentucky's chances because we lost.
Right.
I was a little concerned, like if they beat Georgia, now everything's focused on Atlanta and playing Alabama, and here we are in uncharted territory, that they would lose focus when they went to Tennessee.
Right.
Now they got to refocus, so I feel much better about the chances.
Yes, yes. So I'm actually going to the game. I have an extra ticket, and I've offered it to Lee, but he's like, no, I have to spend time with my family. Such an excuse.
I would like to go, though.
I know, I'm just kidding. Enjoy time with your family.
Neyland Stadium, I want to see that.
It is amazing. If you've never been to a game at Neyland Stadium, you've got to go. I mean,
well, you don't got to go.
You got to go.
No, you don't.
You've got to go. It's good. You're missing out. So.
Sort of old and decrepit, isn't it?
Aren't you, though?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? Mm-hmm. Into that is what I didn't finish my sentence. Aren't you into that?
You bet I am.
You're into antiques.
Yes.
And that's what Neyland Stadium is. Mm. It's huge. It's
Billy
fun.
Bob Thornton couldn't go to Neyland Stadium.
Why?
He's got a phobia of antiques. Like he can't be in a room if there's antique furniture.
Really? I thought you were going to say it was the dead bodies under the field.
Is there dead bodies under the field?
I don't know.
Mm.
There's
a lot of Kentucky football players buried there were trampled.
A lot of Kentucky football records under there. Anyway, but yeah, so that is our official wager. We hadn't talked about it in a while, and so yeah, this weekend it is here, and we will see what happens. So I'll either be Tater or he'll be just
President Trump.
President Trump with the hair.
Okay, so on today's show, we've got a little dog show for you.
We got a little dog show. Yeah, it's a long name. The American Bully. Let me get it. Let me try. American Bully Dog National Trials and Tribulations 2018.
That's exactly right. That was so good.
I read it like 5 times before it came out.
The Trials and Tribulations.
The Trials and Tribulations of the Misunderstood Bully American show for the dogs.
So we'll have to ask these ladies. They're bulldogs, right?
I think so.
Okay.
They're laughing in the green room, so it's not right.
They don't know.
It's not right.
Yeah.
They're dogs that are known to pull wedgies on other dogs. That's what I've heard. By the way,
they all sound like cappuccino machines. When I was
extra foam.
Yeah.
They do. Well,
your latte's ready.
I was walking Ollie in my neighborhood yesterday, and I should have taken a picture, but to send to you because you and your dad love bulldogs, so I knew you guys would love this. Your dad specifically.
Yeah, he wants one. That's what he wants.
My neighbor has just gotten a 10-week-old English bulldog puppy, and his name is Hercules. and he was walking him on a leash. This dog is the most stocky little, and he's 10 weeks old, and he was like,
he's on the juice.
That noise.
Yeah.
And he is wider, I think, than he is long. And he was so incredibly soft, and Ollie was all over him. They were rolling around on each other and just like playing, and it was so cute. But yeah, little Hercules, so adorable.
Sometimes they have to have the surgery.
Yeah. Well, and he said, I said, does he snore? And he said, oh yeah, he snores, he farts, he burps. He's a disaster, and he's only 10 weeks old. I was like, oh, well, he's so cute though. So I don't think that has anything to do with the dog show that we're going to talk about today, but we'll chat about that. And we're talking about
chicken salad.
Chicken salad. Chicken Salad Chick just opening up a new restaurant over in Brandon Crossing in Nicholasville. And so we're going to talk about that today and hopefully taste test, which I don't know if I have any room in my stomach left to taste test, but I will make some room.
Today, yeah.
Watch for a story soon here on the show on Popcorn Paradise in Lexington. Custom-made popcorn.
Oh, if Chris Goodman was here, we'd sing their theme song.
Yep.
But he left the room.
He's usually not going to do it.
Yeah.
I was going to harmonize.
All right, you ready for the hot topics now?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Topics.
Former Vice President Joe Biden there's a picture of this guy stepping out of the voting booth that's become a meme.
Oh no, I haven't seen it yet.
Sort of set off
set
off Reddit users. Someone snapped this picture, posted it to the website. And of course, everybody's doing these Photoshop battles on Reddit. Here, take a look at some of them.
Okay.
There he is with the
wow.
Abs of steel.
That's his
right
actual
there.
stomach, yes.
Yeah, he's in great shape. I like that one.
I love the girl that's standing there looking.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Riding on the wings
of an eagle.
Of an eagle. You raise me up. Oh,
coming out of the outhouse.
That's hilarious. That one's my favorite so far.
That's a good one.
That's good. That's good.
Is that it? Okay, good.
That's what we got. Love Joe. Okay, people are sharing their I voted stickers on Twitter. These aren't the usual stickers, though, being handed out. Look at this. Voters posted pictures of handmade stickers after some polling stations ran out because so many people voted. So here they are. You've seen everybody posting the traditional ones that everybody gets, but these are ones people made themselves. That one's huge. Look, it's covering. You can tell by the to scale based on the Columbia logo on that person's jacket. That is huge. Very nice.
Now, I don't know. Our crack staff just informed me that apparently we spend $17 million on stickers.
I don't.
Which seems frivolous.
Higher. 34.
$34 million on stickers?
The country spends $34 million.
No, that's just Fayette County.
That's just Fayette County.
$34 million.
It's got to be maybe $10 million more.
We've got
for the
potholes
country.
that need to be fixed instead of buying the
Well, Domino's
stickers.
is taking care of that.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, you've seen the commercials. You know.
That is sort of crazy.
It is crazy.
$34 million. I mean, just to brag about you voted, you shouldn't brag about it. You should just do it.
Just do it. I love us. One of my friends posted, and I think you guys may have heard this too, but she said, studies have shown that if you vote and get an I voted sticker and don't post it online, your vote still counts.
Yeah.
Because after a while, it's like, we get it. You voted. We all did. I don't want to see the same picture 500 times. Everybody in their car taking the selfie with the picture. I'm over it.
Okay.
For some reason,
that aggravates you, does it?
Yeah, for some reason, I didn't realize I was so irritated about this.
People,
but it's like,
okay.
I'm over the selfies of people with the I voted stickers.
I'm just over selfies.
You're over selfies. Maybe that's it. I don't know. You voted and go you. It is awesome, but
you're doing what you should do.
You're doing it.
But that's the thing. That's the generation.
That's the generation.
That's this whole new society.
Oh,
like
here
we gotta have
here
guys when they score a touchdown. Other than Benny Snell, God bless him, he's a great American.
He is.
People act like they've never been there before.
Right.
They gotta dance around.
But some of the
we
stuff
got
they do
a
is
choreographed
hysterical and
routine,
creative.
all of that stuff. Okay, that's fine.
The ones that pulled the cell phone out from.
Or a Sharpie. Remember that one? Sign the autograph. All of that. Just act like you've been there before.
But maybe they haven't been there before.
It's true for Tennessee.
Oh, you dumb.
People on Twitter are angry over a proposal. This happened over the weekend during the New York Marathon, Caitlin Curran's first marathon. Now fiance Dennis Galvin met her at mile 16 and popped the question. Twitter users say, was he trying to make it about him when it was really about her? She did say yes, by the way.
I don't understand the issue here.
I don't either.
They're mad that.
Well, okay.
I don't get it.
Why didn't he wait until the finish line? Why did he interrupt her race?
Oh, at mile 16.
At mile 16, yes.
Oh, because she's still got 10 more miles to go.
Yeah.
Maybe he was on his lunch break and he couldn't wait till the 26th month.
Well, as we were speculating earlier,
Right.
you were so kind to finally join us.
Yes.
Maybe that location was something special for those two. You know, maybe
Yeah.
it had something to do
Right.
with.
Maybe it did.
Yeah.
I don't know. And why are you guys mad about someone else's proposal? And
Yeah,
let's-
I don't know. Why
if
are
she
people mad
tripped
about-
50 other people in the race because she stopped to say yes, I might could understand. But I don't get it.
Do you have a ring for everybody, buddy?
Hello.
That's what people were asking.
That's what they were asking.
You gonna marry the rest of us too?
Are you going to marry me? Ma'am, I don't know you. Carrie Underwood's husband, Mike Fisher, an NHL star, has created a spoof based on her super popular song Before He Cheats. The spinoff is based around the hunting-themed clothing brand, though, Catching Deers. The song about deer hunting is entitled Before She Bleats. Here's part of the song. Listen to it.
Well, there he was right on her trail, so I settled on her shoulder and I let her sail. Maybe next time she'll think before she bleeds.
Is that him really singing?
Probably.
It's not that bad.
It's not that good either.
Well, it's true, but it's not horrible. It could be a lot worse. I'm sorry, I don't think of NHL stars as being amazing singers.
I would have been a lot worse. I
That's
can't
true.
sing at all.
Are you sure?
Possible. If I can mimic certain sounds,
Yeah.
but I cannot do it on my own. Like if you play something for me, I can kind of mimic what I'm hearing, but I cannot carry a tune to save my life.
Really? So the ultimate kryptonite for you would be singing a
Acapella.
song in Spanish. Based on our recent video on Facebook. Go watch it. The Day of the Dead video in case you missed it and
Which
don't know what we're
is?
talking about. You know,
Muertos.
Dia de los Muertos.
That's what I said.
Say it.
Dia de los Muertos.
Oh, wow. Los.
Dia de los Muertos.
Oh my gosh, she did it!
She blows
After
everything
2
out of
weeks of
proportion.
daily practice,
No,
it's
no.
been guys, go watch the Facebook video if you don't know.
Turkey chased after 2 deputies in Colorado.
Oh,
It happened
no.
on Tuesday. Deputies finishing a call where they spotted a large wild turkey on the way back to the vehicles. One of the deputies let out a turkey call, which seemed to attract the bird. As
Well, that's what
deputies
it says.
kept walking, Turkey kept following them aggressively, chased them down a driveway, across the street, and right up to their patrol cars. Look at this guy, he's mad.
Do your turkey conversation sound. Love it so much. All right, friends, those are today's hot topics. Stay with us. Coming up, no one likes a bully, but you're going to love these bullies that we're featuring next.
More on the American Bully Kennel Club Nationals.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Okay.
As we continue with Live with Lee and Hayley.
Be back in a moment.